lifting the body in one piece. Apparently the best thing to do is cut up a corpse into 6 pieces and pile it all together.
Well, thank you for that. That's a great weight off my mind. Now, I mean, if you wouldn't mind telling me who the fuck you are, apart from someone who feeds people to pigs, of course.
Do you know what nemesis means? A righteous infliction of retribution manifested by an appropriate agent. Personified in this case by a horrible cunt. Me. Gentlemen,
Hey y'all, Mind the Monsters, Sunshine here. Thank you for everybody coming in. I appreciate you being here. If anybody's lurking in the bushes, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share out this video. So tonight I'm going to talk about something a little different. I know we just had the big manhunt for Danielo Calavente. However, during that manhunt, there was another escaped prisoner. And I haven't really seen any creators cover this case. I haven't seen anybody talk about this case. I reached out and advised a couple of people in Discord about it, and we discussed how crazy it was. We had 3 escapees within the same week. You had 1 in the UK and 2 here in the US, but it seems like just the 1 in the US got all the attention. You can't help but wonder, why does that happen? Why is there that one case that people grab a hold of and nobody wants to talk about the other cases? Guys, I will not be on camera tonight. I'm not feeling well, so I will not be on camera. But I do want to give full credit to Jennifer Coffendoffer because, I had completely forgotten about this guy until I saw her Twitter post today. And I tend to agree with her. So in the top branding corner, you guys do see this gentleman's face. His name's Christopher Haynes. And this was her second post about this guy. So I remember seeing this. This guy is a murder suspect, and he escaped from a university hospital. University. Did you guys hear that? University, where our children go to college. Her post states, second post regarding hashtag Christopher Haynes accused of murder. Why is no one following this story? She adds, News Nation. We'll feature the story, this fugitive, at 2 p.m. Eastern today. I've not seen that myself. You guys are welcome to go check it out. Bolo, be on the lookout if you live in the D.C. area. Apparently, local and state federal officials have been searching for him since September the 6th, but he remains on the run. He assaulted a LEO law enforcement officer to escape. There is a $30,000 reward if fugitive, Washington, D.C., and then she's got the APN News link up here. So I'm going to share this tab here. Okay, it says, as the nation fixates on Pennsylvania manhunt, a D.C. murder suspect is still on the run and off the radar. And this is the Associated Press. There's the picture of Calvente. This is what everybody's been all running, and you really haven't heard about anything else that's going on other than the drama community doing what they do best. While the nation has been transfixed by the 2-week manhunt of escaped prisoner Danielle Silva, Calvente is in Pennsylvania. Another fugitive drama has been playing out in the nation's capital with comparably minimal attention. Christopher Haynes has been on the run for a week since escaping from police custody. At George Washington University Hospital, September 6, Haynes, 30, had been arrested earlier in the day on murder charges relating to an August 12th shooting in the district. He escape prompted a several-hour shelter-in-place order last week for the entire GW campus. Brief roadblocks nearby the street. Calvente, a 34-year-old Brazilian national who was convicted of murdering his ex-girlfriend, was captured on Wednesday morning in southeastern Pennsylvania after an extended pursuit received wall-to-wall live coverage. The contrast between the two manhunts has to be stark. While the national media has tracked every development in Calvente's flat, Haynes has been basically dropped off the map. Police were able to provide an image of him last week, wearing a black t-shirt, gray briefs, and moving along a local backyard. But there's only been updates since. But the only updates since that have been offering a $25,000 reward, and we just saw that went up. And that reward was leading to his capture in a news release Tuesday, increasing the reward to $30,000 and providing additional details about the escape. Brian Levin, criminal justice prosecutor at Amherst of California State San Bernardino, believes the difference in public attention the media coverage comes down to the number of factors. For starters, there is a viral video of Calvente's innovative escape from Chester County Prison. He braced himself between two walls and performed a sort of vertical crab walk up and out of sight. These were all aspects of Hollywood escape, Levin said. The video that crab walk up the wall looked something like out of a movie. Haynes also staged a dramatic sounding escape, according to the Metropolitan Police Department. However, no video of that escape has emerged as of yet. After being brought to the hospital complaining of ankle pain, he attacked officers escorting him and escaped, attempting to handcuff him to a gurney. Police Chief Pamela Smith, who assumed the job 6 weeks ago amid spiraling violent crime rates, later admitted that the officers had not properly secured Haynes to provide an opportunity for his escape. Levin said the Calvente manhunt also featured a steady trickle of new developments that increased the public's interest as the hunt dragged on. There were repeated sightings, along with reports that he had shaved his facial hair, stole a van at one point, stole a rifle, and was shot at by an area resident. There was a new twist virtually every news cycle. I'm not going to continue reading this because it looks like it's all about Calvente, and I don't really want to talk about him anymore. So there's that. All right. So let's see if this is going to load because it looks like my computer is going to try to do its own thing. All right. So I'm going to go back to StreamYard and I'm going to share this other tab. So go back to share my screen and we're going to look at some videos of this guy. So this is from 8 days ago. And I'm going to listen to the StreamYard commercial.
Escaped police custody at George Washington University Hospital.
Ardelia Gonsalves just arrived to the hospital moments ago. She joins us now live. And Dee, you just got a new update from police?
That's right. Lots of activity. Police are now confirming that police here on the ground and in the air are looking for an escaped murder suspect who was in police custody here at GW Hospital. I'm going to step out of the shot here in the 900 block of New Hampshire Avenue so you can see the large scene that we are dealing with. There are several police officers here from numerous jurisdictions. So far, I see MPD and the Secret Service. They are command unit from the Secret Service here as well as they try to find this person who we're told escaped custody around 3:38. This man, we're told, is 31-year-old Christopher Haynes. He's described as a black man with shoulder-length dreadlocks, wearing a white suit and one red shoe. He is not handcuffed.
Okay, you guys heard that. One shoe. So you got a murder suspect running around D.C., you know, our capital, where all of our government and whatnot is, with one shoe on.
This is important information for folks to know. We're just getting a confirmation that the suspect, in fact, is 30 years old, but still he is not in handcuffed, and this is a murder suspect that police are now confirming to us. We know that GW University is in a shelter in place. An alert was sent to students and staff members a short time ago, telling them that there is a dangerous person on campus. Do not approach this person. Again, 30-year-old Christopher Haynes is.
Okay, so my first question is, why in the hell would they take a murder suspect to a university hospital? Like, seriously.
Escaped from custody here at GW Hospital. Police had him here, questioning him in regards to a murder that happened in the district. They are asking for everyone to keep their eyes out, to be safe, and to call 911 if they spot this suspect. That's the very latest here from Foggy Bottom. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Hey, Dee, I know you're just getting this information in. Are they saying anything about what led up to this escape? Was there some sort of fight? Was there some sort of struggle? What do we know about that?
Those details and those questions are still unanswered.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it there because we did see that they didn't properly handcuff him, and that's how he was able to escape. Here's some footage. Yeah, it says wanted person, various CCNs, escape from custody, homicide. 900 block of 23rd Street Northwest, September 6th at 3:34. Here you go. Here's just some footage. This is what he was wearing, guys. I'm going to pause the screen. So we have, it appears, socks on because I think he's lost the one shoe. He's got some shorts on that look kind of a little tight in my opinion. A black shirt and dreadlocks. Wandering around in somebody's backyard. Oh, well, let's look out and see if anybody's watching. Are they watching? So here's some footage. Wanted one person, and this doesn't have any sounds, so I'm commentating. There's a really, really blurry, crappy photo. If you have information for police or you can identify the individuals or vehicles in this video, do you know something about this incident? 911 or 202-727-9099, or they have a text, which is 50411. You may be eligible for a reward. Well, the rumors I've heard, you're lucky if you get the reward. But it's always good if you can help get a murderer off the streets. So I think that's going to be the same information. Let's see, this one talks about the victim, so I want to play this
Web
one.
design,
Oh my
e-commerce,
goodness.
online advertising.
Sorry, guys. I'm against paying premium. I don't see why.
DC artist and photographer is missing, and investigators believe he was murdered.
Our Adam Longo is digging into the circumstances surrounding this case. So, Ads, we know this man has been in D.C. quite a bit, but he actually lives in Maryland, right?
Leslie, that's right. The Calvert County Sheriff's Office is investigating the disappearance of 51-year-old Joe Szymanski. But just within the last 45 minutes, officials told us that they do suspect foul play in this case. And in fact, a suspect has been arrested and charged with first-degree murder. Now, let me get you right to Szymanski's photo. Now, he hasn't been seen since 4 o'clock in the afternoon this past Sunday. He was reported missing by a family member.
Okay, and this was 9 days ago. So keep in mind, this is old footage, guys.
Say he was at his home in Huntingtown, Maryland. That's about 20 miles south of Upper Marlboro in Prince George's County. So deputies showed up at his house. They determined something suspicious had happened, and then they started to track down a suspect. So let me show you here. Here is Huntington, Maryland in Calvert County. The suspect was arrested in Reedsville, Pennsylvania, some 170 miles away. 47-year-old Brandon Holbrook has been arrested and charged with.
Okay, so that's totally a different case. But hey, get that guy's face out there too. All right, so I think this is the same footage.
And one red shoe. We have photos of him posted on our current social media platforms. In the meantime, we are urging the public to utilize caution and to call 911 if they see anyone resembling Mr. Haynes so that we can take him into custody.
Call 911. Do not take matters into your own hands.
From my understanding, I don't know if that's still under investigation, but I will tell you what our policy is. Our policy is that anytime we have an arrestee or a suspect, especially someone wanted or fugitive, it's usually a two-person transport to the hospital. We remain with that suspect or arrestee throughout the duration of his or her hospital stay, and we conduct what's called hospital details.
So was that protocol followed? Because according to your readout just now, you only mentioned one officer with the suspect.
There were two officers at the hospital with the suspect.
At Purdue Global,
Not
your
gonna do
experience
that.
is worth.
So we'll pause that ad.
There were two officers at the hospital with the suspect. There was one officer that transported him from homicide, and then there were two officers with the suspect at the hospital.
Once you got to the hospital, second officer.
That is correct. Yes, sir.
Is that protocol? Is that a violation of protocol? Is that following protocol?
Well, what I will say, it's still under our investigation. Our Internal Affairs Bureau is conducting the investigation. I don't want to make any assumptions or assertions.
Okay, so in other words, that was a CYA.
Prior to the investigation being conducted.
What's the status of that officer?
It's still under investigation, sir. I can't tell you what the status is of the officer. They most likely they're selected to be.
Chief, what do you mean that the officer was changing his handcuffs? And
So-
was the second officer present at that moment?
So typically what happens when the officers transport a suspect or arrestee to the hospital, we typically take the handcuffs off, and one handcuff is the arrestee is handcuffed to the gurney or the bed that he or she may be sitting on. And as he was taking one of the handcuffs off of one of the suspect's arms, the suspect got up and aggressively moved away from the officer and fled the scene.
Shouldn't one handcuff be secure before the other one is off?
That would be our protocol. But at this time, like I said, it's still under investigation. And once we find out what the particulars are, we will make sure that information is shared.
Second officer also an MPD officer?
Say it again, sir.
Was the second officer who was at the hospital also an MPD officer?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
And where did that officer?
MPD would be Metro Police Department, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in chat. I can't see chat, so as soon as I get done running these couple of videos, I'll check chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here. If you haven't already, make sure you leave some touch DNA on that like button, subscribe this video, and share it out so that way the people in Washington, D.C. know that there's murder on the loose.
His vehicle?
So he was one transport and then another one arrived?
Yes, sir, that is my understanding.
And was the second officer there as this was unfolding?
As that was unfolding, the second officer was there in that room, in that space.
Did they pursue
So he got away
They
from
did. The
two
officer
police
did pursue the
officers?
suspect. Both officers pursued the suspect,
and only one was injured or assaulted?
attempting to apprehend the suspect. From my understanding, yes, sir.
Did either of the officers trip and fall during the?
It's still under investigation.
So
Sir,
we're
it's-
standing there. There were two officers in the room at the time.
Mhm.
And he got out of the room.
Yes, and he got out of the room because one of the officers removed one of the handcuffs from the suspect. The suspect was not securely, from my understanding, secured to the gurney. Again, it's under investigation. As soon as we have the opportunity to review all of the particulars with regards to the case, we will make sure that we share that information.
Is
semantics a little bit, but when a suspect is it DC policy that when a suspect is handcuffed to the gurney, is there a requirement that there be two sets of handcuffs present to secure both hands to ensure that they are attached to the bed?
That is a bit of semantics, and that is not my understanding of how the policy works.
So the policy is that there's just one hand cuffed to one gurney, and you're saying that during this change is when this incident happened.
As the officer was attempting to secure the prisoner to the gurney, that's when the interaction took place, although the handcuff was not secured to the gurney.
When was the last confirmed sighting of Mr. Haynes?
I'm not really sure about the actual time at this point.
Your department released
Oh my God, she's not sure. What the hell's going on with law enforcement anymore? I mean, I'm serious here. What are we just handing out law enforcement badges to anybody that walks up and goes, "Hey, I want to be a cop today"?
so at some point. Where was that taken? And is there any sense of where he might be, or that he's even in DC?
Well, what we do know is that he is known to frequent certain areas of the District of Columbia. He has ties to Stafford County, Fauquier County, as well as Prince William County. When he was picked up by the Capital Area Regional Fugitive Task Force on yesterday, he was in Manassas, Virginia.
And allegedly, he has ties to Pennsylvania.
He was not armed. There's no indication at this point that he was armed.
So why did DC alert put out an alert to residents to consider him armed?
That was a miscommunication, and that's something that we will make sure does not happen again.
And then
Ooh, it sounds like they messed up a whole lot.
was this an exam room that he was in that he escaped from?
The emergency room.
Well, the emergency room is a big place.
Yep.
Was he just in one small room, or is he in a
It's still under
populated area?
investigation mode.
Okay. And was there doctors or medical people?
That's still as part of our internal administrative investigation. That information will be revealed during that process.
How concerned are you with him on the loose at the moment?
I think anytime we have
Okay, so I'm gonna drop this
who
link
is,
in the
wanted
chat
to
because I
raise
can't
some
with
concern,
this
again, like I
anymore.
stated,
It's just gonna
he
make
was
me
not armed.
angry
We believe him to be
because
innocent
she's
because
just
he gave
walking
us
around the
verbal
questions and everything's still under investigation. This was days ago, so we'll just drop that link. You guys want to finish watching that? You're more than welcome. All right, so what else did I have up here that I wanted to share? So I'm going to share this screen here. Hopefully, it won't take 12 years to load. All right, victim family is in fear. Searched escaped murderer suspect continues. This was today, September 15th, 12:01. I don't know if this is going to play or what's going to happen, but we'll see. So these are some pictures. It says since escaping the police, the George Washington University Hospital on September 6th, Christopher Haynes has been in the wind. The fact that he's left the mother of Virginia man Haynes is accused of killing frustrated. Why can't we catch him? Said Sheila Jackson, the 33-year-old Brent Hayward of Gainesville. The mother of 33-year-old Brent Hayward of Gainesville. After seeing 2 weeks search, convicted killer of Pennsylvania come to an end, Jackson wonders what's being done for Haynes. Are the same resources being put to catch Christopher Haynes as the man who escaped in Pennsylvania, she asked. Investigators believe that Haynes killed Hayward on August 12th. Haynes has just been arrested in the morning of the escape, and the hospital was complaining about an ankle injury, according to D.C. police. Who is accountable? First of all, the officers who let this man loose running wildly throughout the hospital. Someone could have seriously gotten hurt. He could have taken someone hostage, Jackson said. According to the police department, Haynes got away after assaulting a police officer trying to secure him at the hospital gurney. Yeah, we just heard all that. So let's see. I would never wish this on any mother. This is a horrible feeling. It's like a knife that hurts. It's constant, she said. And it goes on to talk about the reward's been risen several times. I don't want to read it verbatim. So I'm going to put this in the chat as well. So if you guys want to read that article, you're more than welcome to go and read that article as well. And what was this? Okay, I don't know what that opened, but we're not even going to fool with that. This talks about the crime, so I'm going to share this screen. One man has died while another has been seriously injured after shooting in Northeast late Saturday. DC police said officers responded to reports of a shooting at a BP gas station at 1500 block of Killingworth Avenue, Northeast, about 11 p.m. Primarily, one victim has died at the scene of the shooting. Another person injured at the shooting has been taken to a local hospital with life-threatening injuries. Police have not identified suspects in the shooting. A map of the approximate location is included below. I'll pull that up if it will pull up. It's not going to pull up. So that's the map. Tuxedo, Deanwood. I've been to DC, but it was many, many moons ago. All right, so let me go back over here. I'm going to get this cop off my screen because her investigating under investigation is just going to continue to make me angry. And I'm not going to watch that. So let's see. This one was posted 8 days ago. I think that still talks about the same that we've done seen. Now, this one was 2 days ago, so I'm going to bring this one up. Get past this ad and I'll unmute it, guys. Okay.
Christopher Haynes continues. It's been 1 week since he escaped from George Washington University Hospital in Northwest.
That's right. And News 4's Joseph Olmo is live outside GW Hospital. He joins us with the latest on what we are hearing from police. Joseph, good morning.
Jim and Tony, good morning to the both of you. This is where it all began. Last week, 30-year-old Christopher Patrick Haynes was arrested on a murder charge. He complained of some sort of injury, and he asked to go to the hospital. He was brought here to GW Hospital, where he made his escape from police officers. And now, 7 days later, he's nowhere to be found. So again, this is who police are looking out for. This is Christopher Patrick Haynes. You're looking actually at some home surveillance video of him that police shared just moments after his escape in Northwest DC last week. Now, he was arrested in Virginia for a murder that police say he committed in DC. He was extradited to the district, but he wanted police to take him to the hospital because of some sort of older injury, nothing that he sustained the day of his arrest. It was here where, while police were switching the handcuffs, Haynes made his escape. Now, I want you guys to pay close attention now to his mugshot here. Police describe him as six feet tall, weighing about 200 pounds. But perhaps one of the things that could help you in identifying him really, really quickly is this large neck tattoo of the Washington Nationals baseball team logo right across the center part of his neck there. Well, guys, rewind to last week. The reward that police were offering for any information that leads to an arrest was just $10,000. Now it's been up to $30,000 for any info that leads to getting Chris Haynes in custody. By the way, police reminding that if there is anybody that's helping him hide from police right now, they are also going to be charged. Back to you.
All right, Joseph, thank you.
So you're going to jail if you're helping this guy. You're going to jail. Don't be helping escaped murderers, please and thank you. Okay, so I think that's going to be the same. A lot of this is just going to be the same information. I was looking to see if we had anything new. That's DC News Now. So all this looks like the same info. And you guys, all I did was typed his name in on Google, or on YouTube. See, so that's all you got to do, and you can find. Does the verify? Okay, what is this? Let's see what this is. Just because I'm curious. All right. So while that's gonna play the ad, here we go.
Question about a trending video on TikTok today. So in the past 24 hours, thousands of people have shared this clip right here. It claims to show the dramatic end to the search for a DC murder suspect who escaped from police last week. Now, right off the bat here, we can tell you this is not true.
And this is why you have to be so careful. So officers are still searching for Christopher Haynes, which is really important. So what's actually happening in this arrest? Our sources are DC Police and the U.S. Park Police.
Yeah, they tell us that video actually shows a man being arrested at Washington Harbor in Georgetown for allegedly interfering with traffic, then assaulting police last night. They say this suspect is not wanted in connection with any other incidents.
Again, Christopher Haynes is still out there and police are looking for him. If you see something questionable online, we are here to verify the facts so you don't have to. Reach out to us anytime on social media, or you can email your question to verify@WUSA9.com.
Okay, so for those creators that don't want to do their own research, here's a link where you can get a hold of a news station and they'll do it themselves. And just so you know,
We're learning new details about this.
okay, we're not going to watch about the 17-year-old. Nope, not going to do it. Wasn't the point of the live, so sorry, I'm not going to watch about that. So I just wanted to share this guy's face, his name. Anybody that's in the DC area, beware, be alarmed, be vigilant. Know that you have a murderer loose in your area, and apparently because there's not a viral video of him climbing out of a state prison, he's not important enough to get any kind of helicopters or footage, or I'd be sharing helicopter footage or search footage with you guys. But we can't have that. Dandelion said, hope you are having a great Friday, Sunshine. Thank you, Dandelion. I appreciate that. I actually had a really crappy day today, and I don't feel good, but thank you for wanting me to feel better. Hello, sis. There's Drifty Rabbit. There's Dandelion saying, hello, hello, Dandy. Mackie! My goodness, let's get Yoda up there. Facts. No, they haven't caught him yet. No idea he was still on the run. Exactly. Me either. I figured they would already got this guy, being it was the capital and all. We've been stuck on Calvente. She says, hey, FarQ, hello, my love. Mecky, everybody's saying hi to FarQ. Let's see. Hello, thanks for keeping us up with us. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Mecky, for coming in. I definitely do appreciate you guys. Whole big bunches. And it says FarQ's trying to get a hold of you. I'll have to check my messenger again, but she had messaged me something about having an issue with getting a hold of you. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, you guys, this guy's a monster, dude. Like straight up. This guy's a monster. We'll pull him up here. Let's pull his face up here so y'all can see his face instead of mine. Well, that wasn't the right tab. Let's try that again. Let's see. All right, so we'll pull up Jen. So this cat here. So if you are anywhere on the eastern coast, anywhere, if you're anywhere in the United States, beware. Be on the lookout for this guy. He's worth $30K. So there's always that. And while we're talking about murderers on the run, I want to go ahead and bring up something out of Pennsylvania. So this is Ellen Greenberg. I apologize, guys. My throat's doing something weird here. The first time I heard her name and heard her story was on a 911 call. Guys, this is so, so sad. Like, it just really angers me. And I'm going to put a screenshot from Twitter on my community wall. If you guys could write letters, tweet, be respectful when you do so. Her parents, they just really want justice, guys. They just want justice for her. Her murder was ruled a suicide. She was stabbed 20 times. If you've ever heard the 911 call, if you haven't, go look up this 911 call. I'm not going to make any allegations because I have a really strong opinion about her case. And I don't want to say anything out of pocket that may upset or cause anybody to be upset. But I'm going to play this video right here. This is Fox News. Big shout out to them. If it'll play, it probably won't play because there it goes. It looks like it's 1 minute and 59 seconds if it's going to play. Let's see. Oh, this is Nancy Grace Investigates. So I don't know if it's going to play or not. Video is playing in picture. No, it's not. Here, let's try this. And I'm hardwired in, guys, so I apologize for the dragon signal. While this is loading, I'll go back over and check chat.
If you can afford to pay full price for law school, stop watching now.
So annoying.
For everybody else, the best way to get a law school
Oh, and I
scholarship
can't mute
is
this?
to get a great LSAT score. 90% of law students with LSAT.
All right. Sorry, guys.
Help! I need everything now. I just walked to my apartment. My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere. I went downstairs to go work out. I came back up. The door was latched. My fiance's inside. She wasn't answering. So after about a half hour, I decided to break it down. I see her now just on the floor with blood. She's not responding.
Let's go back a little bit. Apparently, he just didn't run up there, break down the door and go in. He came up to the door. He was there on the phone for maybe 45 minutes. So he's not really making an effort if somebody's on the other side of the door to bring them aid, is he?
How do you know that?
I'm going to refer that question to Mr. Brennan and to Mr. Pedroza.
Part, if not all, of the emergency call was conducted from the hallway.
He was seen pacing in the hall. You look at the 911 call, you look at the scene, it just doesn't jive. He had those lines practiced before he made entry into the apartment.
I think that Sam had a lot of it memorized of what he was supposed to be doing at the time. He went downstairs to the gym, he came back upstairs, the door was latched, he said it twice. So I think it seemed rehearsed. I didn't think it seemed genuine at all.
Wait, it was just you there with her?
We're the only ones here.
Then latched it shut?
No, I went downstairs to work out, and when I came back up, the door was latched.
Oh.
Like it was, it wasn't like it was, it was like locked from the inside.
Well, was your house
yelling
broken into?
No.
So there's no sign of a break-in?
No sign of a break-in at all. I mean, there will be when you get here because I had to break the latch, but to get in.
I've been sitting here muted, so y'all probably didn't hear nothing I said, which is all right. This is Ellen Greenberg, and hopefully you guys heard the video, which had a clip of the 911 call in it. And like I said, I'm gonna make sure that I include a screenshot on my community wall. And guys, that her family just wants justice. Like they just want justice. It's like Aaron Shanky, out of Tennessee, my murder billboard cases. Lisa Key she's my heart and soul. Since everything's happened with Mr. Sunshine, I've kind of been out of the loop and not really being as attentive to my families as I usually am. What in the world? What was that? All right. So I just really wanted to bring her story out there too. Like I was saying is, all her parents want is her death certificate changed from a suicide to a murder, because clearly this woman was murdered. She was stabbed. She had stab wounds that were after her heart stopped pumping. There's no way that this was a self-harm event. Like that doesn't even make sense to me. So as we saw in the video earlier, what is going on with our law enforcement? What's going on with our DAs? What's going on with our prosecutors? What's going on with our states? What is wrong with our government? Let me tell you, it's a broken system. And we can all sit around and complain about justice, and we can all get up on our panels and we can talk and, we can complain and do all this other stuff, but it's not going to do any good if we don't actually get boots on the ground and start doing the work. And I don't literally mean boots on the ground. If you're not physically in the area, you can make such an impact by making a phone call, writing a letter, send an email, Twitter, Facebook, comment. Let these DAs, let these prosecutors, let these government officials know that we're not happy. We're not happy. While Mr. Sunshine was in the hospital, I sit and I wrote 2 bills for the state of Florida. Next month, I should be able to get those bills on for the government to review. Myself, I sat and wrote 2 bills and sent them in. I spent 2 days on the phone with the governor's office and the senators and anybody else I could get to listen to me. It doesn't take much. Just make sure you hold your patience, you're professional, and don't put anything out there that you don't want put on the internet. Don't put anything out there that you don't want said in a court of law. Be mindful, be respectful, and always remember that anytime we're talking about one of these cases, these are families. This was a person. This was a human being. What if it was your family? What if it was your family? How would you feel? So we have to keep that in mind as well. Let me go through chat real quick here. Let's see. Welcome in, Race Casual Gaming. You're trying to get JLR or Nick the Hat to cover this. I messaged Nick the Hat this morning when he first started covering Calvente's. He was getting a bunch of Twitter messages, I know, but I did message him and ask him if he was in the area and if he had anybody that was willing to go outside of the courthouse and protest to get this family some justice. Yeah, we're saying hi to Far Q. Really well. How are you? Let's see. Don't worry, I did. I hope I might be talking about Ellen. I'm not sure. I was all over the place. I don't know. I might have missed. Oh, like, share, and subscribe. That's probably what she did. So yeah, guys. So I wanted to make sure that since I was kind of talking about the whole area there with DC, Pennsylvania, escape murderer, escape convicts, escape murderers going loose, not being taken seriously, I also feel like it's really important to bring up Ellen's story and talk about how her story is important as well. And guys, I mean, I'm going to pull up a photo here and I'm going to show you this photo, and it's also on Twitter. So if you don't follow me on Twitter, Nightbot should drop my Twitter link. Make sure you hit me up on Twitter. I post some really cool stuff on there. So we're going to pull this up and I want you guys to see this photo. Following her death, Greenberg's family hired a team of experts who pointed out that the knife in her apartment that had been knocked over, possibly involved in a fight, and that may have rendered unconscious by a gash on the back of her head. See, where she's unable to defend herself. Her family also questioned why she filled up her gas tank before coming home and didn't leave a note if she was planning to self-harm. Okay, so her family took this case before 3 judges. All 3 of those judges have said that this was a murder. This was not a self-harm. This was a murder. All they want is her death certificate changed. The same with Lisa Key. All she wants is Aaron's death certificate changed. He has children. They just want justice. So you not only got a convicted murderer and an alleged murderer running around DC, you have a murderer running around still in Chester County, Pennsylvania. Somebody took her life and has not been held accountable. This happened in 2011. 20 stab wounds was ruled a homicide, then switched to suicide from going to trial. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And, like I said, just if you listen to the 911 call alone earlier, if you didn't back it up, replay crew, listen to that 911 call. Somebody needs to explain to me how this man can sleep at night. Do you guys ever stayed in a hotel that's got the old school metal pull-across bars? Like a security bar? That's what was locked. You ever tried to get in a door? You ever tried to get in a door in a hotel with one of those? There's a special kind of tool that security has to have in order to open those doors. I know because I used to run a Hilton. I know because I used to work for the Plaza Resort and Spa as a supervisor in Daytona. Those securities, bolt locks like that, are meant for you to be able to peek out the door and see who's coming peeking back at you. You can't just open the door. It doesn't just work that way with one of those. So it was locked from the inside. But yet he was, you guys could see it, but I don't feel good. I'm not going to turn my camera on. My Cody fingers. At the gym. Okay, I call horse shit. But that's my opinion, and I will keep that opinion to myself. Well, I guess I expressed it to you guys, but I appreciate everybody for being here. Let's see. I agree. Honestly, maybe they will find something out that others haven't found because it's just not being properly investigated. Facts. And that's all the parents want. They just want the case reopened and actually investigated. They just want justice. And not only that, they want protection for their community, the community their daughter lived in. There's a murderer on the loose. Just because there's not some fancy footage of him climb spider walking out of a prison doesn't mean that this murderer's any different. And guys, I understand. I know I do true crime, and this is a graphic channel, so I do a lot of the cannibals and the girls rotting into couches and, you know, parents that are monsters and not mothers and missing kids, and then, you know, some of the stuff these people do to kids. Like, this is a graphic channel, and I understand that the guy that I bought my Starbucks from this morning might be a serial killer. I totally understand that. We know serial killers' minds have a tendency to lay dormant until something triggers them. You can't do what you want. You can't walk into a dorm in a college and murder 4 college kids and just get away with it. You can't do that. We live in America. We have rights. Our children have rights. You have the right to not be scared, to go to sleep at night. I grew up in a different time. I grew up in Paducah, Kentucky. I grew up in the sticks, people. We never locked our doors. We never locked our church. Now, you can't ride in your car without locking your car. It's a sad world we live in. But if you don't see something and say something, then you're not part of the solution. You're part of the problem. Don't be a part of the problem. Be a part of the solution. Be a part of the change. Be a voice. Be a voice for the voiceless. Ellen no longer has a voice. The guy, Chris Haynes, his victims no longer have a voice. And then you got people going on TikTok and putting out this fake content, going viral for their 15 minutes of fame. You know, in my opinion, they should be put in jail. Spreading false narratives. And that's across the board. Spreading false narratives. You know, I had to pick a subject for this live tonight because I had every intention to come in live tonight. And I almost went live about something else. But I'm not going to touch that. Because if I get on that rant, this live will have totally went further than murder, manhunts, and injustice. This is an important subject that I felt we needed to talk about tonight. If you haven't watched the episode from last night for Surviving the Survivor, and I do not have them in my Nightbot, but it's Surviving the Survivor, amazing channel. Go watch that live where Ellen's parents come up last night and they talk. They talk about the pain that they've went through. Her father is so educated about her case, it's unreal. And that's something else that turns my stomach. Why are parents investigators in the world we live in today? Because our law enforcement's too overworked, underpaid to do their jobs or to care anymore. And that's my opinion. You are welcome to your own. And yes, I back the blue 110% when they deserve it. I also call them out when there is injustice, when they're not doing their jobs. You know, instead of, I didn't count them, we're just going to throw out a number, 100 of police, military taking a photo shoot with Calavente when they're not even the ones that found him. It was Yoda. Why didn't they go to Washington, D.C. when they had all those resources right there, all these choppers, and find this guy? Do you want me to tell you why? Because it doesn't have any meat and potatoes. Because it's a pissing match between mainstream media and YouTube. Mainstream media can only put out what law enforcement lets them put out. As YouTube creators, we do what we want. We put out what we want. We put out the facts. We put out opinions. We put out things that mainstream media cannot put out. I've been here for a little bit over 2 years as a creator. I was a mod for about 6 months before that. I've been on YouTube for years and years and years. Hell, I've been here since, I think, like 2012 or something. You can check my about page. But my channel used to be about country life and breeding my men pen and, just country stuff because I'm a Kentucky country girl. That's who I am. That's how I roll. I live in Florida now, so I'm sunshine. I'm the sunshine state. Trying to bring the light through the darkness. I'm the lantern. I feel like I'm the lantern walking down the railroad, using that lantern to light the way through the darkness. I'm an open book. I have nothing but love for my community. I have nothing for love for anybody that comes in my channel. I have nothing for love but my families. But some of the stuff I see going on just absolutely turns my stomach. Absolutely turns my stomach. I'm not completely hating on mainstream media because this is something that I think I've told a couple of people. I got invited on TMZ, and I'm going to be doing a short little appearance on TMZ. I'm really proud about it. I had to reschedule it due to just scheduling issues. But I'm super proud about that. And, I'm not going to sit here and say that I wasn't, 2 years ago looking at Mr. Sunshine and saying, I want to be on News Nation. I'm going to be on News Nation. That's what I want to do. I want to be on News Nation. But yeah, I got invited to go on TMZ. And I'm super proud of that. So I'm not hating on mainstream media by any means. Okay, let me check chat here, guys, because I'm on a rant. Let me get off my rant. Let's see. Oh, I missed a whole bunch. Okay, so let's pull this one up. Ray's Casual Gaming says, honestly, I agree. Honestly, anything they may find. Yeah, properly investigated. I just read that. Sorry, guys. It's easy to unlock those doors with a rubber band. Don't be telling people, Mecky. You agree? Horse shit. It is. Absolutely. Let's see. I don't blame them for wanting this figured out. Yeah, I mean, they deserve justice. All of these families deserve justice. Look at the Golden Gate Killer. He was dormant after 1980 until he was caught in April 2016. Exactly. So we don't know what's going to trigger this guy. Be nice if cops did their jobs. That's all. I agree, FarQ. I agree. I don't understand how someone can get themselves in back after sticking themselves several times. I'm pretty sure she didn't do that to herself. Facts. 100% sure she didn't do that to herself. I'm glad you went live on this. I wouldn't have found you if it wasn't for Christopher Haynes' escape. Well, thank you for coming in, Race Casual, and I hope I'm saying your name right, gaming. And I'm a gamer myself, Call of Duty, old school, hoorah. Love me some Call of Duty. But yeah, definitely welcome in. Please, come back. I sporadically go live. I don't have like a set schedule. I should probably do a set schedule. Before Mr. Sunshine's car wreck, I was doing barely alives every day because it's kind of how you feel after you work all day and you're a YouTuber. You feel barely alive, but I still want to be here and I still want to be a part of my community and grow my channel. All right, let's see. Ray says people do need to call them out and hold them accountable when they're not doing a good enough job. I am backing the police, but they need to earn that still. Exactly. And you grew up in the rural farmlands of PA. So see right here, we have a Pennsylvania native right here that grew up there. What if she still has friends there? This guy has ties to Pennsylvania. He has ties. He was in Virginia. You should be proud. That's fantastic. Thank you, Mecky. I'm super proud. And thank you, sis. Thank you. And thank you very, very much. All right, and that's just my Nightbot and the Doe Network, guys. They're a great organization as well. But thank you so much for everybody being here. I appreciate all your support. I appreciate everybody for coming in. I just felt like it was really important to make sure that I'm going to bring his photo back up here, that we talked about this guy, that he's still on the run. He's still an escaped murderer. He's just running around. Who knows where he's at this point? Since half of the military and half of the police force was out looking for a guy that they've already caught. That's great. Can we catch this one? This is a murderer too. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get that all together. And big shout out to Jennifer Coffendorfer for jogging my memory and reminding me that this guy was still out there. If you have seen him, call 911. Do not approach this man. Don't approach him. He's dangerous. Call 911. Keep your doors and windows locked if you're in the D.C. area. Keep your doors and windows locked if you're anywhere on the East Coast, anywhere in the United States anymore. Make sure that you protect yourself and, protect your family. Let's see. Ray says, I still live in PA. They were worried that Calvente could head to Sanctuary City in PA in order to escape. And I live in one, so I can only imagine Haynes could potentially do it if he got Sanctuary City near him, right? And they're saying that anybody that tries to help this guy, you're going to end up in jail, so don't help him. Don't help him. If you can hear the sound of my voice, call 911. Do not help this guy. He is a murder suspect. He took a man's life. You can't just do what you want. Because, guys, you guys all know how I feel about it. You guys all know how I feel about it. It is not a normal thing to go and take someone's life. We're all going through something. We are all going through something, but we know who causes this to happen.
Have been. Let's see, I don't know. Let me think. Let me knock on Mr. Noggin. Who could trick us into doing that? Could have been Satan.
No, my opinion, because it sure wasn't an angel sitting on your shoulder that said it's okay to take somebody else's life. It's not your life to take. If you're going through something, if you're an addict, pick up the phone, reach out for help, go to a church, go to a fire department, go to the police, go to, find somebody. Somebody will listen. You're never alone. You're not alone. How you need somebody to talk to? I'm easy to find. It's all my contact information's all over all my banners. So please reach out to me if you just need somebody to talk to. I mean, seriously. Like, it just breaks my heart, man. Absolutely breaks my heart to know that families are not getting justice. Families, mothers are crying. Fathers are crying for the injustice that goes on in the world today. Guys, I'm not going to keep you much longer, though. Thank you so very much for everybody that was here tonight. I appreciate your support. Anybody that hits up Replay Crew, make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button, comment on the video. It helps to get it out into the algorithm. You guys mean the world to me. I appreciate everybody in my community. And hopefully the next time I do come live, I'm thinking of doing like an open panel. And we might just sit around and just do like a true crime news kind of thing and just bring whatever you bring to the panel, front porch. We'll get up here and rock, sit on the front porch, and we'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. You got something you want to talk about? Let's talk about it. I'm going to go ahead and run my missing video because I feel like it's always important since this is a true crime channel. Let's remember our babies. Let's remember our babies. Let's remember Michael Vaughn that's still missing. Harmony Montgomery. Oakley Carlson. And so many more, guys. All right, so we'll just go through one more comment here. Ray, thank you so much for coming in. It was a pleasure to watch. If you ever do cases in PA and need someone who can navigate, pay docket, PA docket and stuff, let me know. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Ray, and you're welcome to be a part of the family. Make sure you come back, hit that bell so you don't miss the next live. Follow me on Twitter if you're on Twitter. I'm on Facebook too, Mind of Monsters. And thank you so much. I really definitely appreciate that. Make sure you stay safe in that area. And as always, if you haven't already, hug your kids, hug your mom, hug your son, hug your old man. give out some love, guys. Positive vibes, healing to everybody. And, you know, every time a hurricane comes through, I get the funk. So I apologize that I'm not my cheery self. But remember, if you see something, say something. It takes a village to raise a child. Never give up, and know you're not alone.